Well, we're starting at 0. There is a message in that. We must meditate on that. We're starting at 0. Akashic records, conscious evolution. The greatest teacher is my soul. I am awakening and experience my soul communicating with me now in all that I do. And look at that, our soul is communicating with us now. We're listening. You are experiencing consciousness evolution. You are vibrating at a higher frequencies than ever before. You are awakening and attuning to your soul's calling as you walk your path in this physical lifetime. Time seems to move faster as these resonant shifts occur. Your conscious awareness of all life experiences increases as you receive new information from higher vibrational realms that requires processing and assimilation. From channel messages, we are analyzing it from, once again, the connection to the monkey and the magician. The magician is making its presence known. We're going to manifest here, guys. Pay strong attention to your dreams and to your waking moments as the universe is giving you messages. This may manifest as deja vu, repetitive numbers, a feeling or thought, a smell, or even a touch. Sacred geometry, my favorite part. This truncated octahedron is one of the Archimedean solids. This solid has 14 faces. 8 faces are rectangular hexagons and 6 are square. This hexagon relates to the heart and the square to the earth. Okay? That's another key piece of information. The heart and the earth. Remember, we're grounding love. It is a representation of the earth heart and hence our connection to the all. Everything is connected through a multitude of vibrational frequencies as proposed by string theory and the quantum entanglement phenomenon, as well as the theory of the hundredth monkey effect. And look at that, I love that. Having that, this is what I mean. There's a connection there. We're talking about the monkey and the magician, and here it is. That is a connection, guys. And that's just a beautiful communication with the universe and source. Now, we understand that the brain is the radio's receiver, but the heart is the dial tuning to the radio. And we're using the frequency of our choice. We need to think about, what are we omitting? Negativity, positivity. What actually, that's why this has to do with, there's a purification of what we're omitting here. Because this has to do with our frequency of what we're tuning into and dialing in and then putting back forth out into the universe. To activate our light codes within our DNA. Oh, that's from Nassam Harim. He is one of the most intelligent people I've come across on my path. And the most beautiful part is, he's helped me, decode messages on School for the Fool, like watching some of his work, and then, using the 13 spheres of knowledge, and then to expand off of it with sacred geometry myself on my path has been a beautiful gift. Like, this is beautiful. This is connected to, the 144,000 souls actually being connected to geometry, and the connection to the masculine and feminine geometry, and actually is the tetrahedrons. And we know that, his work he talks about the Tetragrammaton. And I know this may be a bit confusing, but when you start studying sacred geometry, and it starts making more sense. And Source put him in my path, and we've discussed him, back on the channel at the beginning. But this is going to allow us to activate our light codes within our DNA. Now, the Tetragrammaton is the name for God. It's the original programming, coding, the connection to it, the creation of it. And what we call the matrix here is the hijack, the virus that came on in, and it's the bug. It's the bug of the programming that's feeding into us as well as feeding from us. Because remember, there has to be a give and take to be able to take from anyone, right? You have to be open to receive. That's the bug of the matrix. And I find it really interesting because, you know, there is a matrix bed that refers to, like, when you remove crystals from a matrix bed, you're removing them from the earth, right? Well, it's like we've been removed from the earth by the matrix. They plucked us and removed us through this bug because they have, you know, distorted the coding in order to be able, the coding of God, the Tetragrammaton, in order to feed from us and feed into us. But what we're doing is we're repairing the connection, and that's the 10 of Pentacles, the connection we're repairing. So we have to remove the bug, and we've been removing the bug, and that's why we've been feeling yucky in some sort of way. And now we're repairing the connection now to the proper coding, to the proper patterning. And remember, that coding is connected to us. It's coded within us. And that's why it's connected to these light codes within our DNA. And we've connected to his work, as well as he's connected to twin flame work. The 144,000 souls. The 144,000 shapeshifters of masculine and feminine coming together to create the shape of God, the Tetragrammaton. And this is what we're doing, everybody. This is beautiful. And it's important to first and foremost come from a place of love. Cultivating this is, for most of us, a lifelong process along our journey and path. Opening our heart and stilling our mind. Meditation, sound, and integrated healing. Complementary therapists, crystals, herbs, healthful eating, and exercise all play a role in the inevitable vibrational shifts we are experiencing. Journaling our dreams, as our subconscious mind is a treasure trove of important information. Look at all these connections, everything we talk about, scribing, a connection to dream time, all these tools that we're using, and our gifts are becoming more aware. This is the connection to ancient knowledge. It's becoming more aware. That's the connection to these headpieces we keep seeing. The awakening process, once aroused, is a lifelong journey. And I'm really being reflected back to this. I mean, like, I just want to have an ending point, and it's like, no. It's like, even with this cup, it's like I'm going to get another level of how to rejuvenate here. Now, awakening is a sacred card. When this card is drawn, pull another card to place onto it. Well, its animal medicine is whale. And it's connected to the pyramids and clear quartz. And I think I've decided we're going to put this in a separate reading instead of putting it at the end, and put this as the awakening sacred geometry information. And we're going to get an actual card out of the sacred geometry oracle just to go with this right now. Alright, who knew? Guess that's why I was called to say I was going to add it at the end, because I just felt I wanted to preserve the messages there, the wholeness of them at that time, and it's so that we could be here like this. So, awakening. We've also had for some time now the message that we're working with the Akashic records. I want you to see there's two whales coming together. As above, so below, and it's positive and negative. Oh my goodness, that almost burned. That's a message too. The card's still warm. It's in order for us to reflect upon our life experiences. And this is the labyrinth of the mind. The labyrinth of our mind is connected to the labyrinth of the matrix, as well as the labyrinth of the reconnection to what's natural, reconnecting back to nature and source. And remember, it's like the matrix is a computer program. Okay, so let's look at it like this. This is our mind. Okay, and the matrix is a computer program. Like there's programming here. Okay, this is how we manifest, this is how we create, and there's programming here, natural programming there was. But the matrix is the hack. What the name of what we call the hack. So there was a breach in the protection system of the patterns and templates of how we create here, okay? And it was hacked. And that's connected to us and our pineal gland and our mind. This is connected to our pineal gland. And what we're doing is we're going to repair the connection between our pineal gland and the natural patterns of creation, and it's actually reconnecting to creation, the reconnection to nature. It's like where we actually repairing that that connection that she's holding within the 10 of Pentacles through the earth. And what we're going to do is this the matrix, this hijacked computer, we'll look at it as, you know, like computer programming that came in and hijacked the natural programming. We've been connecting to it, and that's why we've been creating in which the manner in which we have. But we're restoring what's natural, so we're going to destroy that connection. We're destroying it. And we're doing that through purification. The way to do it is to purify. Then this allows us to become more alkaline. Allows us to become more purified. This allows us to become more crystalline, more crystal clear. And when we do so, we have access to where we can have this rebirth, because we need to have this rebirth. This rebirth is connected to this repair. We have to have it beyond time and space. This is the connection. The labyrinth is the connection to time and space, and creating beyond time and space. And this is going to help us. This is going to help us make sense of this, and we're going to go on further on with this down the road as to what this means. We're going to elaborate off the labyrinth, okay? And this goes back to what we were repairing within. It's like there's a bug within, there's a blip within. And so where we would be naturally connected to source energy and the earth, there's a bug there, there's a blip there, and it's feeding off of us, and it's also feeding into us. Okay, so it's feeding from us, and it's feeding into us. That bug, like a tapeworm. And we're acting some sort of way, and what we're going to do is we're removing the bug that's here, okay? And this bug's not allowing us to use our pineal gland. Now, when we remove the bug, we can use our pineal gland. And this is what we've been working on and we're achieving. But this is the thing is, when we have achieved this and we've repaired this connection and we remove the bug, we're going to be feeling different than we were before, and we may be scared. We may be feeling very uncomfortable. We don't feel like self because we're new. It's like the crab that molted, the crustacean that molted from their shell. They feel new. They feel fresh. They're feeling uncomfortable. They got to give themselves time, and they may need to retreat and find protection, to go within, to just take a break, to just get back to, you know, don't focus on your spiritual quest for a minute. Just focus on the basics. You know, food, have a little bit of fun. Don't drink from the cup. You know, Try not to drink from the cup, okay, guys? But, because remember, this is about our pineal gland. We're working with here. This is key right now. Gain greater insight. From the shadows into the light. Through the shadows of the darkness, an owl flies through the night. Deep in the forest. Comforted by the knowing of his surroundings. There's a healing there. And there it is, once again, the connection to the matrix. Our surroundings, right? We're uncomfortable with our surroundings because we're separate from what's natural to us. So we're going to become comfortable through our environment, but it's going to be through an uncomfortable situation because we're not used to it. It's new. We're used to the old. Owl brings clarity, perception, wisdom, attunement, all-knowing, and protection. When this card appears, you need to go into the depth of the shadows to release all energetic imprints that no longer serve you. That's what we're doing. From the shadows into the light. Can't speak. Come back. From the shadows into the light. Open your heart to receive and give with the purest of love and intention. Open your mind to knowledge and understandings you never thought possible. We're healing with how our environment interacts with us, but we're doing it from within to without. And then it will transform without to within. The sacred geometry. The Merkaba within is our chariot awaiting. When in its ultimate counter-rotating spin, it allows access to ancient wisdoms to help us on our paths of full awakening, while keeping us on our life path. It reawakens our pineal gland and our light codes, which lay dormant within our DNA strands, and that's why we need the Merkaba. Wisdom holds a deep connection to the feminine divine. It accesses the ancient knowledge of Mother Earth and the information she has passed on to those who chose to listen and work with her energy. And that's also something we need to be reminded of right now. We chose to listen. We chose to work with her energy. There's a support there. There's a protection there. There's also a gift of insight there, of working together. The presence is connected to the vine of souls, enhancing your ability to connect to its intelligence, is truly loving and caring as a mother can be. The practical application. Owl medicine helps work through our etheric layers, working as a vacuum by clearing and cleaning old debris and filling each space with light. And we're doing that. We know we're filling each space with light. Picture a light bulb turning on and shining light and clarity into these spaces. By shifting your energy, you will feel yourself connecting to source easier, and it's connected to number 11. There it is. The 1111 portal. The Merkaba, Lemurian quartz, selenite, and mine is missing. I'm going to go find mine. Guys, love, light, and healing energy. Set your way to create with today. I look forward to seeing you again next time. Take care.